I am super bullish on FatCake right now. It's at almost an all-time low. I mean, basically an all-time low. I am super bullish on FatCake, and let me tell you why. First of all, yeah, it's a cake rewards token. You might say, well, Baby Take, is leading the market with like 50 million market cap, but it's got nothing on this. And look, if you're in Baby Cake, like you got lots of opportunity there. There's plenty of room for lots of cake reward tokens because these are hot. There's also kitty cake, right? But I am bullish on FatCake, because the market cap's so low. It's under 1 million. You got a lot more chance to 100x, but it's bigger than that. It's much bigger. It's about the utility. It's about the team. It's about what they're developing. And you got to understand when you're looking at charts, it's not just about the charts. You got to merge, when you're in the Binance Smart Chain, you got to merge fundamentals with TA when you're looking for your entry point, not financial advice. I'm just going to share my observations. This can be part of doing your own research or checking out what other people are doing. I'm just sharing my opinions, but check this out. This is, pretty much at an all-time low. And you see, it touches here, it touches here. And, it's basically come down to the all-time low, and now it's bouncing off. Now, there's no guarantees it won't go lower. But this, from a TA perspective, is one of the key areas you want to look at least be looking at, considering what's going on. But now let's look at the fundamentals. Check this out. Just pay attention here, guys. So, they just made, the announcement after announcement, but it's not speaking to the hype crowd. It's speaking to the substance crowd. And it takes a little while for people to believe in the substance. But let me just tell you, before I share with you what they're doing, I got into the Binance Smart Chain first with Safemoon, and I got in before it spiked. A friend called me up, Jeremy James, and said, you got to check out Safemoon, super interesting. I went and looked at it, and all I could see it was hype at first. So I bought a little, but I wasn't real excited about it, but I started following them. And I started to compare them to other Binance Smart Chain projects. And they were hitting what we call the crypto pre-sales criteria. That whole experience with SafeMoon and getting in early and seeing what set them apart from other projects that didn't moon like they did, that was what inspired us to create Tribe 100X, our private Discord where we work together to find these pre-sales before they launch. That was what inspired it. So I got into SafeMoon, I started comparing it to what they were doing, and I saw their communication was solid. It was consistent. They were high integrity. If they messed up, if they effed up, they fixed it. They addressed it. They came out and addressed it. Like, this is why we made communication, and we were specific about what that means. I just gave you some examples like SafeMoon did, the number one thing to look at to predict what's going to happen next. And they're also talking about utility. And at first we're like, well, is it pie in the sky? And then they started to develop the utility. Now, I got in way before they started developing the utility based on what I was seeing in just the communication and the commitment, where the focus was, and the integrity and addressing things when they messed up and all this stuff. So I got in on that moon, and it was a wild ride. Anyone who knows about Safemoon, wild ride. Then I got into Elongate around the same time, same thing. Got in before that moon. And you got to understand, similar to FatCake right here, and I'm going to go into what the fundamentals are and what they're developing, the utility here, but similar to FatCake, if you look at the chart, I remember when I got into Elongate at a low, when it had gone up in its original launch, I didn't get it in the launch, and it came down, it was like at an all-time low, basically. And that's when I aped in. And I totally aped in because I'd already gotten to Safemoon, and I already was recognizing, what has now become the crypto pre-sale strategy. And I aped in. I put almost everything I had in it other than what I had Safemoon, because I knew. And it's proven to be a consistent knowing, not that I win them all, but so consistent. It's just nuts. The crypto pre-sale strategy works. Commitment to communication, solid team, integrity team, commitment to development, moving towards that development. I'm gonna get back to FatCake in a second. And I got into Elongate and put a lot in, and I'm not even gonna go into how much I made, but it was insane. One of those things. Safemoon, same thing. And it's been time and again. And of course, we went on and developed our crypto pre-sale strategy, and it's been 100x after another, 10x, 5x, 2x, you name it. Put 5 BNB into Path Fund. Didn't even become big yet, and yet the strategy is so solid. They were committed to these things, turned 5 BNB into 150 BNB in a matter of 3 weeks. It's just over and over again. Okay, so let's go back to FatCake. It's like, I'm just saying that these things are predictable if you look for these things, and you have to understand most people are into hype. When Elongate was down and I came in, when Safemoon was down in its early stages before they ever really pumped and I came in, the chart looked bad. I mean, if you don't know what you're looking for, this chart isn't bad. It's at an all-time low. That's not bad if you have a solid project, just like Solar Moon, just like Elongate. So here, how do I know? How do I know that FatCake is solid? Again, not financial advice. These are my observations. Do your own research. We go to their Discord, and if you'd been following it, like, you'd know there's a lot more even behind it than this, but just real quick, because you can go sorry, not their Discord, their Telegram group. You can catch more of this, but check this out. Announcements. You all have no idea what's coming next. We are so effing excited. Farming pool soon. So they got a farming pool coming out, which creates demand. Massive influencer push soon. Platform, end of the month. Okay, I'm going to come back to this platform in a second. They're creating a social app. This platform is going to make history. Devon and Jay have been planning our social media push today. Also, NFT drops coming soon for OG holders. So they have it built in where, you know, OG holders get NFTs that can absolutely be of value in and of themselves. And check out this, a partnership with Chainlink. Chainlink will provide their VRF for our random NFT generator, means low fees, fair random code provided on each transaction. So they're doing things behind the scenes, and then NFT auctions and trading coming on the app. And I'm going to talk about the app in a second because that's the real big deal. You have to understand that legitimate teams with substance that aren't pump and dumps, that really can go the distance, and I mean like that really put them in a position to dominate their space. They're doing things behind the scenes that take their time, take their energy, and you don't see it. You don't see it. So you need to look for these other criteria I'm looking for to know. And Safemoon was doing the same thing, and they were at their all-time low. It was before the big pump, before everyone knew. Elongate, same thing. I aped into that because I saw the same friggin' thing. Like, to me, it's so obvious. And we've laid it out in our crypto pre-sale strategy. And that's how we're getting into these pre-sales early and consistently winning massively. And it's how we are knowing which ones to pick for the major pumps like Elongate, Solar Moon did, and so many others. So, okay, so let's talk about this app. Well, I'll just go to a post that I made recently where it kind of sums it up. I go, the FatCake app will be a hybrid. And I'm just taking this from like the voice live chats and stuff. I just want to like keep me focused here. I'll get all over the place. I'm so excited about this. The FatCake app will be a hybrid of Twitter and OnlyFans. They're building that. So you have to understand what I'm trying to share here is that they're not going to focus on the hype as much at first. They're going to be developing. And of course, all the people who can't read the substance, the same people that had sold in Safemoon before it really pumped, the same people, kinds of people who sold Elongate when I bought in at the low, when I bought in at a very similar place that FatCake's in right now, both Safemoon and Elongate. I bought into the chart looked basically like this, and there were so many people who weren't interested. Most people look at the chart and they don't get it because they're looking at the wrong things. This chart's beautiful, and it was for Solar Moon and Elongate, even though it was at a low before they ever really pumped, before everyone knew, because I was looking at these things, you see? Because I knew that, of course, they're not gonna be able to focus on the hype right now yet, because they're developing stuff behind the scenes that keeps them super busy. And that big list I just read to you, including the partnership with Chainlink, all that takes coordination and time and energy and focus. They only launched a little over a week ago. You know what I mean? And I got into Elongate and Solar Moon fairly easy the first few weeks. And they were developing all this stuff behind the scenes, and I could see that. So I knew when the chart was at a low, it was time to come in, and I was rewarded. Those are the people who are rewarded. That's what you look for. But anyway, just kind of, finish kind of talking about this app. The FatCake app will be a hybrid of Twitter and OnlyFans. All revenue from the app will be used to buy and burn FatCake. So see, it create a lot of these rewards tokens. Fine, they're cool. They reward holders in BNB for holding, or in this case, cake, baby cake, kitty cake, same thing. And there's other ones that reward in Ethereum, and you name it, cocktail rewards as well. But you want to find the ones that are the right team, the integrity team, that are developing things behind the scenes. So they're actually going to build something, or people are going to actually have a demand for the token, in this case, FatCake, which is going to increase the rewards long term and make it sustainable. So the app is going to do that. It's going to be used to buy and burn FatCake to make an ever-growing price floor. Jay Lolo, who's the dev behind this, is a very experienced developer. If you heard him in the voice chat, he has developed 3 self-sustaining businesses already. And that's another key component of our crypto pre-sale strategy, is find the teams and the devs who've had success before. Obviously, that's going to be a big clue. Have faith in this one. They are experienced in the crypto space, and this has a real rocket fuel, not just BS, but real rocket fuel, substance that they're creating that won't just drive it up, but then higher. We see so many of these pumps and dumps, but I knew Elongate. I came in big on Elongate because I knew, and it was the same thing. It was the same exact thing. Solar moon. Some of them you don't know. And some of them you're just kind of playing around or you're guessing, you're hoping, you know, we say, well, this kind of meets up the crypto presale strategy, and I won't put much into those if I do them at all. But some of these, you know. Now, this is my observations. I'm not recommending you buy FatCake. I can't. I'm not a financial advisor. You need to do your own research and make your own decisions. But to me, this stuff is not complicated. And I just laid out to you how simple it really can be. So I'm really bullish on FatCake. You should go on the Telegram. You should hone in on the posts that are talking about what they're developing. I'm just going to end this again so it just really is clear what they just posted. That just, again, writing on the wall to me. You all have no idea what's coming. We are so effing excited. Farming pool soon creates demand. If you don't know what farming pool is, do a quick search. Massive influencer push soon. See, they couldn't focus on all of that right away, and they didn't feel they needed to because they were focusing on the bigger stuff that they're about ready to roll out. That, you know, the substance, the utility, the partnership with Chainlink, etc. Platform end of the month. That's that social app. It's going to create demand for FatCake. Huge in terms of paying those cake rewards, in terms of driving up the price floor. This platform is going to make history. So that's rolling out soon, guys. And then Devon and Jay have been planning our social media push today. Also NFT drops soon for the holders. That's built into their strategy to reward the holders. Chainlink will provide their VRF for a random FFT generator. NFT auctions and trading coming soon. Guys, they're just getting started. They're a little over a week old. When you see something like this, like, you pay attention. I'm not telling you to buy it, but I can tell you, hey, pay attention, take a look, do your own research, and see how this measures up, considering what I'm sharing here about what the big GOAT projects, greatest of all time projects did. I mean, this is just textbook perfect. All right, so those are my observations, not a recommendation. Do your own research, and I'll see you on the moon.